It will. Being when we come back live in the garden, family, I'm not going to be on long. I wanted to come back and talk about a couple of things that if you was in the garden recently, I've been talking a lot about, you know, Social Security and retirement and how you need to start focusing on that right now. Well, this live is going to kind of give you some information on how to actually, you know, facilitate uh, your retirement accounts where you're not dependent on just Social Security. And if you look at the title says the difference between traditional and Roth IRAs. First of all, let me just say what a Roth IRA is. IRA is an individual retirement account. Now, you can open up these accounts at any um, banking institutions. Um, they have them at, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, so different type of financial institutions that you can get up. You can open up an IRA, and the difference between these particular IRAs, family, is they basically kind of hedge against uh, inflation when you get older. You have other streams of income. You have other opportunities to have financial, security other than just Social Security, you know, other than just a pension, other than just 401k. And so I want to just kind of introduce what's going on, Jazz. I want to just kind of introduce two types of accounts that even when you're young, family, you should be doing this right now, right? Because imagine if you're in your 20s and your 30s right now, and you open up your IRA, and you got your job, and you open up your IRA account. Angelina, what it do? What it do? In your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, you open up an IRA account, an individual retirement account, right? And you contribute to that account monthly, bi-weekly, from a discipline standpoint. I promise you, you're not going to be worrying about Social Security, okay? Because at 59 and a half years old, you're going to be able to be qualified to get all that money out of that account tax-free or based on the tax that you pay at that particular time or whatever the tax rate is at that particular time, okay? So, look into that. It's called a IRA. You did that a month ago? That's what's up, Angeline. It's called an IRA. And I want to kind of get into the two different types of IRAs because, guys, these are great, great tools to have when you get older, all right? And the reason why they're so great, family, because remember, these are accounts that you can actually access at the age of 59 and a half years old. So many times we get, like I'm 51 years old, and I have an IRA. I have a couple of them, but I waited late in the game because of the financial literacy or lack thereof I had before. I didn't care about it because I'm a teacher. I have a pension and all this and that, third. But having an IRA, family, can make a big difference. And I'm telling you, the level of comfort and security it provides is something else. And I haven't even got into the aspect of being able to invest in your particular IRA account. But let me just kind of get into the different types. Okay, if you look at the title, family, there's a traditional and what they call a Roth IRA. Now, the Roth IRA, family, it compounds growth, compounds interest year after year, month after month. And so if you're just putting money in your Roth IRA, it's compounding interest. Way more than just putting your money in a bank or a savings account in a bank. Remember, bank accounts are giving you what, on average, the national average is 0.10%, which is 10 cents on a dollar. Where where you want to at least get a high yield savings account where they're giving you at least inflation, which is 2% a year. So anything that's giving you 1.9, 1.8% is way better, family, than 0.1% or 0.03%, right? So let me digress. Back to the IRAs. Open up your IRA account, family. There's a traditional and a Roth. The Roth is very beneficial because you can just contribute money to that Roth IRA, and it's going to build up compound interest. The traditional IRA is a little different. But the benefits of a traditional IRA, family, is that guess what? You can use the monies, sorry, family, that you contribute in there as to reduce your taxes. So a traditional IRA, if you meet the necessary requirements, you can use all your contributions that you put in your traditional IRA as taxable income. So let's say, I think the max is $6,500 for you youngsters that are under 50 years old. Well, that's $6,500 that you can reduce your taxes on in a traditional IRA. Okay, as well as a Roth IRA, you can reduce your taxes as well. But the traditional IRA, you can reduce all of that. All of that contribution can be used as reducing your taxes. Okay, so there are tax benefits as well to daughter of the Most High. What it do? There are tax benefits as well to having an IRA, not just the benefits of having, that comfort of having that financial security when you get older, but you can also benefit from having some reducing your taxes. All right, and so if you guys have a job that you're going to be leaving soon, and you've been contributing to a 401k or 403b or any of these retirement plans, I know it can be tempting, but don't cash it out. Move that money over in your 401k, roll it over to an IRA, and let that money compound interest, because I promise you, it's going to benefit you in the long run. If you had a job and you're going to leave, and you have a 401k, you have some type of pension plan, do not cash it out. Roll it over to an IRA, to a Roth IRA, to a traditional IRA. Roll it over especially if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and you're not kind of qualified to even get that money out. Because remember, 59 and a half years old is the qualified age to receive your IRA contributions or 401k contributions. But go ahead and roll it over, because Uncle Sam is going to get a lot of that. And why have your hard-earned money go to Uncle Sam when you can just hold tight, roll it over, and let it build interest? All right. And another thing I want to say before I get up out of here, family, is when you open up these IRA accounts, right? Because remember, I'm advocating IRAs for entertainment purposes only, but I'm advocating IRAs because Social Security, family, if you're working and you don't have a pension or you don't have a 401k, anything like that, Social Security is only taking 12.4% of your check, all right? 1.3% in Medicare. So if you do the math, you can already know how much you're going to be making in Social Security. 12.4% times however much you make. That's how much that's how much is going towards your Social Security. And you know right off the bat, if you're not one of those high income earners, it's not going to be really beneficial for you not to have an IRA, not to have some other forms of retirement benefits. So the old man wanted to come back with a little information, family, especially on individual retirement accounts, the differences between them. You have a traditional IRA, you have the Roth IRA. Those Roth IRAs, family, you can just let that money just compound interest. Of course, with the traditional IRA, I think the laws just changed where you have to start taking contributions or distributions at the age of 72 years old. While the Roth IRA, you can just let that money build if you don't need it. They won't make you have distributions or require distributions in a Roth IRA. But in traditional IRA, at the age of 72 years old, you have to start taking distributions. It's required. You have to start taking what they call RMDs, required minimum distributions. But think about this. If you don't need the money, right, why would you want to take it out? That's the difference between traditional and Roth IRAs. The Roth IRAs, you can just let the money compound and just get it out when you need it. Traditional IRAs, you have to take the money out, family, at the age of 72. You start having to take required minimum distributions. All right. Families, this Texas weather has been kind of sporadic and schizophrenic. And so, we have a lot of allergenic problems down here. So my voice is going out. But I just want to kind of come live tonight, let you guys know I really appreciate you guys in the garden. AA Black Pistol, what it do. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'll be coming back with another video tomorrow, family. Make sure you pay yourself first. Save your money. Get you an emergency fund, family, where you can have enough money in that emergency fund to pay 3 months of your bills. Okay? These are all kind of steps you want to use to try to make sure your financial situation is in a better situation than having the type of debt that we have in this community, that we have in this economy. They say we have a great economy, but family, how can you have a great economy when you have over $10 trillion in corporate debt, $4 trillion in consumer debt? The average household have over $5,500 in credit card debt, and I haven't even talked about the student loan debt, which is over 1.6 trillion. But this is a great economy. You have to take your own financial situations in your own hands, family. Financial literacy is very, very important. And I promise you, just as simple as reading a couple of books. The Richest Man in Babylon, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. These are all books, family, with information that can kind of give you that definiteness of purpose to start putting your own financial situation in your own hands. Because it's going to be pretty difficult if you're just relying on the government and relying on corporations that you work for. Remember, 12.4% is all that goes into your Social Security. And remember, that's the employer matching it. It's only 6.2%. Don't you think that someone that has control of their finances, you making $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, wouldn't you want to contribute more to your Social Security, to your retirement? Why haven't legislation? Why haven't these individuals that are running for president, that are congressmen, that are senators? Because remember, they don't have the same retirement benefits that we have. They don't have to depend on Social Security. So it's quite easy to not care about our retirement years. Okay, Deborah, what it do? Thanks for joining me in the garden. But I promise you, if the congressmen and the judges and the ex-presidents had to rely only on Social Security, I think it would be a lot different, family. I promise you, legislation should be passed tomorrow to allow every individual that works to be able to contribute how much they want to their Social Security. Why are you tapping us out at 6.2% and making the employer match it, which is only 12.4%? Even in Medicare, family, 1.3% is all we get. So you have to look into these other retirement opportunities, individual retirement accounts, 401ks. Match out your 401ks and 403bs. Match out your health savings accounts. Match out your IRAs so that you can not only make sure that your retirement situation is in order. Those are tax benefits as well, family. Reducing your taxable income. Example, if you make $50,000 a year and you have a 401k and an IRA, you can max out the IRA at what? $5,000. You can max out your 401k at $19,000, but think about that. You'll reduce your taxes, but I mean, throughout the year, you got to take care of yourself. You got to survive. So you got to start thinking about multiple streams of income. Okay? Reinvent yourself. Right? Right now, I'm about to go back. I'm going to go to nursing school so I can be a nurse. I mean, I think there's not a lot of male nurses out there, so I think I want to do that. Right? You have to start, thinking of ways to reinvent yourself, to come up with different ways of income to put towards your retirement, put toward those emergency funds. Because they're not going to take care of us, family. We got to take care of ourselves. Okay? So in the meantime, between time, family, make sure the food for thought resonates with you. Remember, 12.4% is your Social Security. 1.3% is Medicare. You think it's an accident that senior citizens are struggling? Okay? So, in the meantime, between time, family, may the Most High Saudi bring you joy. Love your family. Jasmine, Deborah, daughter of the Most High, Angeline, AA Black Pistol. Thanks for joining the old man in the garden and being with us out of 5,000.